All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Great Milson, Virginia. As always, to give you the latest news, articles, and lessons through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. And as always, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Say double honor to the elders, the Great Millstone, war for this not the truth, and of course, peace and blessings and salutations to Akamata that is preaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, to their best, their ability, scattered the four corners of the earth, but that one says shalom. Of course, when the shirt up, it's going to see what the title says.
It's an article from the federal state aid, and the title is "The Biden-Harris Administration Student Loan Debt Relief Plan Explained." You know.
Yeah, you see, and you know that's what they're gonna say, but you know they've been talking about this for years. They could have been implemented for years ago, but instead, what they wanted to give $1 billion, I don't know, $300 billion to Ukraine to help with their so-called propaganda worldly situation. And then what was it, a few weeks ago they signed an executive order, a law to bring in the MOTB to be manufactured in the chips into America, man. You know, so again, like I said, the government treats you as nobody, man. But of course, you know, during the midterm election, whatever they got going on, I mean, they want to see the people for them to vote for the Democrats. But how the way it's going, about how this Sleepy Joe operates, because it seems like his brain is on engine check. As you can see, he can even do a proper sentence when you listen to him.
Sure.
You know, he talk about the student debt program, and I guess he's, like I said, he may believe me, he may not. It wouldn't matter anyways, because like I said, everything that comes with it always has a reaction to it, man. With these governments, man. You know, especially because Ben Sharp or whatever his name is, that Edomite on YouTube, you know, he's talking about it, man. You know, and actually, if you think about it, that's actually disrespect for the people that actually put in hard work in these colleges that never paid for, you know, they never had to pay for, you know, student loans or tuitions, right? Because some of their families were actually responsible and actually know how to manage their money, compared to somebody just come in, hey, I'll get a student loan late and doing all this, now I gotta, you know, pay all this off, you know, X amount of years, and I still didn't get my job, man. You know, that makes it unfair. But somebody made a comment, man. You know, this was actually a quote from General Ford, you know, the guy who made, you know, the term 9 to 5, which we got today. And it says, a government big enough to give you everything you want is a government big enough to take everything away from you. You know, and the worst things you can do, that's what goes hand in hand with the scripture. You can get Isaiah 30 and 31, man. Woe to them. Matter of fact, you can get it, man. You know, let's get it, whoever got it.
I just had it a minute ago.
That's the spirit right there. God. Yeah, overcall, read it. Okay, God.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, and I start at verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Yeah, you know, and that's exactly what you Jakes do and did, you know, because it's a lot for that. Because what you've done is actually trusted in this system, you know. Go to school, get an education, and you would be able to succeed in this world. Meanwhile, while doing so, you place yourself in the debt. Such great debt that a lot of you can't even pay it off. You know, after 20 or 30 years, you know, for an education that isn't benefiting most of you now. You know?
Especially the pay, especially the job. You know what I mean? Have to get a certain. I mean, it's lucky if you're lucky enough to get a job.
The thing is, in this society, especially people who go to college. You go to college, you 8 times out of 10, you ain't. When you get into the workforce, you ain't getting the same job title that you went to school for. You know,
not at all.
You spend all that time, and you spend all that money, you know, trying to better yourself and find a career, but you end up working at like Applebee's or something. Like I know a science major. You know what I'm saying? She's a bartender. You know, that's hey, that's what happens here. Babylon the Great, put your trust, you know.
Exactly, bro, and that's.
And
Go ahead.
real quick, just putting your trust in the person who's laden himself with multiple debt, you know. You
Yeah,
got
because what I was gonna say is, the main person that's falling into this debt rut is the woman.
That's right.
You know,
Mhm.
you got more women attending colleges than
Yeah.
men.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know,
Especially women of our nation. That was it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, con. That's all I had.
You can. And I got more. Con. And on top of that, you know, when you get out of the school system, you know, what certain jobs say, oh, you're overqualified. I don't even know what that means. How you overqualified for something? What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's a short way of paying. That's a short way of saying we ain't gonna pay you what you're worth,
Right. Yeah.
or what you think you're worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, you pay something up, and on top of that, oh, do you have any physical experience?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, which is important.
Yeah,
you know?
kind of. Yeah, it makes sense because okay, you may be book smart, but once I take you out there in the real fields, you know, that's when the real test gonna come in. You know what I mean? You know, I'll be able to handle it. You know.
Yeah.
And like I said, when you go to these certain colleges, like, you know what I mean, when you get certain degrees, because you look at the word degree means to dumb down.
Okay.
You know. So, let's say for example, oh, I want to get in there because I want to get an art degree.
Yeah, I know, right?
What the hell? What you gonna do with an art degree?
You know.
I know, bro.
If that's the case, you might as well get you a business. If that's the case, you might as well get you a business degree, make your art, and then learn how to sell it. You know.
But even with that, you know, like I said, hey, some of the people that are successful, they didn't have to go to college to start a business. Like I said, you don't need to go to college to start a business. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hey, I'm an example. I'm not bragging and boasting, but like I said, I'm not the smartest guy, whatever, man. Like I said, it's about who you know.
That's who you know.
And like I said, that somebody that has experience that's in the business. Like I said, you go on to him. That's how it's supposed to be, apprenticeship.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you want to know how to weld, you be an electrician, who you learn from? You got to learn from the people that had experience, man. You know what I mean? And you have to go through the hard times and the good times, you know what I mean? And see how, like I said, are you willing to go through this situation? You know what I mean? Are you willing to go through the experience, through the hardship and the hardship? You know, are you able to handle it?
Yeah,
You know, are you able to do by yourself without supervision?
That's true.
You know? Yeah, it takes time, but if you think about it, actually, like I said, you can actually start you can start a more business. It's more cheaper than going to school.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's
All you
way
need
more
is a certain amount of money.
Yep.
You know, like I said, you go to the IRS. You know, like I said, you do some research,
Yep.
and the next thing you know, you start your LLC business right there.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it.
You know?
You see,
Yeah.
see what the problem with most people, the problem with most people in this education thing is they actually bought into the system that, you know, you're gonna be okay
Mm-hmm.
with an education, and what the brothers going into, you know, me myself, you know, trade school.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's heavily important. Yeah, trade school, like I said, even that, but people look at that as, you know, like I said, that's low end, man. People have been seduced by that, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, happily. But meanwhile, like I said, the trade jobs are the actually most important thing that keep the society stable.
Exactly.
People don't understand that.
Exactly.
I mean, somebody got to fix the vehicles. Somebody got to do the plumbing job. Somebody got to do electrician. Like I said, those those essential workers, like I said, are the most important things that I understand to keep it stable. Because without them, society will collapse.
Yeah, man.
But like I said, doing this degeneration that we are, man, that's how you know that we're the end. You know, like I said, what? There's less people doing it. You know, because what people want to be in the social media, man. You know what I mean? They want to get the clout, get rich scheme. That's why they do the most dumbest things for some attention and hope they get some type of clout, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just, like I said, actually being productive in society. You know, like I said, even being a chef, you know, people look at us like, no, man, we need these people to actually cook good foods and prep you, you know what I mean, for healthy benefits. You know what I mean? You don't want nobody just opening and cooking your food. Next thing you know, you know what I mean, you get food poisoning and all that, man. Like I said, every job has a role to play. That's what the Lord created these, you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, everybody like to be certain people, man.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, everybody has their lot in their trade, you know.
Yeah.
It's just
Because you can't do everything by yourself.
yeah, you know.
You know, like it's like the spirit. You know, every man in his truth has his role. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There can't be too many eyes and there can't be too many ears.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone can be the head. You know what I'm saying? And that's what society has done with this educational thing. You know, they told everybody you can be this, you know.
Right.
That's why.
Be all you can be.
Yeah, right. You know, that's why a lot of people went into debt over what, becoming a nurse, and now there's over saturation of nurses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But not enough engineers.
Yeah.
Not enough technical savvy people like the brother was going into. You know. And had they been smart about it, a technical school, also what the brother was going into, is a cheap, easy route to making more money. You know, you can write your own meal ticket. You know,
and also like I said, we live in a generation where people want to get everything quickly.
Yeah.
You know, they want to work hard for it, man.
Right.
You know, and that's not how it works, man. You know, like I said, you want a big money, like I said, man, you got to do big boy things, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You got to sacrifice. You know what I mean? You got to sacrifice your personal time, whatever you into, and go into that, man. You know what I mean? You really got to be dedicated, man.
Yep.
You know, that's why what. Oh, and also, like I said, you know, what I mean, like I said, you know what I mean? We've been taught in school about basically not how to think. You know, and I noticed that too. Like I said, when you're a young child, you start building things, man. You know what I mean? I still remember that. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like I said, for us, you know what I mean? Like I said, our thing was like Legos. You know what I mean? You start building things, Legos and all stuff. You know what I mean? You start creating things that you never thought in your head.
Yeah.
But when you get older and high school teaches you, you be like, dang, man, I forgot how to build the Lego set that I used to do as a child. You know what I mean? I always wonder, how did I do it like this?
Right.
I mean, how I do it like that? You know what I mean? I still think about that, man. You know? That's what the school system teaches. Like I said, critical thinking. You know? You know what I mean? Like I said, all they do, like I said, even with the teachers, like I said, they don't teach you the necessary things for you to sit, like I said, credit, man.
Yep.
You know? You have to learn that from your parents or for somebody, you know, like I said, that they know how to do things, man.
Yeah, you know.
You know? That's sad, man. That's why when they get out of high school, they don't know what to do.
They don't know what to do. They get a job and then they just go with the motions.
Yeah. And expect something, then miracle to happen, man.
Like what you said at camp, logic. You know, like what you said at camp, you know, logic is a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Even when, you know, these people spend all this money on these educations, they still don't have the necessary skills to do the job. That's why you see a lot of them get these BS degrees and then have to go back to school once they can't get a job in these fields. You know, that's really big too. You know, and that's another thing that you started to see after, you know, like after the C-19, and a lot of these people lost their jobs.
Right.
They were looking for other ways to make money, other means to make money. You know?
Yep. Nice app-based jobs got real heavy during that time. You know.
And you're not even using your education at that point.
Right,
Yeah.
Right.
And it seems like doing app jobs is more beneficial than these low-end jobs, man. It makes sense, man.
Yeah,
You know?
It's just better just to hustle in this society. You
Basically,
know?
yeah.
Learn
And that's
some
what people
trades,
doing. They
learn some
hustling.
trades and hustle, you know.
Hey, that's how you know that we're in a downward spiral, man. That's
Yep.
why it's not a coincidence why some of these, like I said, stores are closing, man. Going out of business. You know, don't have a high enough work. You know, why? Like I said, you know, when your vehicle takes, like I said, a week to get finished rather than 2 or 3 days, man. You know, like I said, when you go to some of these stores, what do they say? Now hiring.
Yeah, everywhere.
That's true.
Come on, man. Like I said, the jobs are open, but don't nobody want to take them? Like I said, some of them don't want to learn the trade. Like I said, man, some jobs, you know what I mean, you got to adapt quickly in certain jobs, man. You know? But of course, but at the same time, though, you know what I mean, going back to feminism, man, I mean, this is what these women believe, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, feminism actually destroyed these women, man. And like I said, some of these women, like I said, especially in these schools, like I said, it's not a surprise. Like some of these women are going to these adult industries, man, to make quick money. That's how that's how bad it is.
Yep.
And these casting couches in these back rooms, man.
Yep. Or
You know,
Dubai's, the OnlyFans, you know. These women just, you know.
Once they make a certain amount of money, it's hard for them to go back. So you know what I mean. So what? They got to keep pushing forward to the limits, but
To the mileages up.
yeah.
That's how you know they low.
Yeah, they low, man.
They would rather get shit.
It makes sense when the Lord see.
$25,000.
Yeah. Like I said, when the Lord's eyes, like I said, man, when we look at the Lord's eyes, they ain't shit, man. No matter why they look at it, because that's that point when you get older, you start to realize, you know, that the spirit. Okay, she pretty, she good looking, but like I said, man, she, her mind ain't right, man. I mean, I'm gonna catch hell.
Yep.
She's a
Yeah.
non-factor.
Pretty much, man. And like I said, she can't be healed, man. You know what I mean? I mean, stuff like that. Like I said, women down emotions, so all that stuff sticks to their head
Oh yeah.
for the rest
Oh,
of
yeah.
their life, man.
And that's the main one that you see in these debt pools.
God.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the main ones you see going off because they can't live the lifestyle that they've been lied to about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, me speaking as a man, I welcome these things because these women have been really prideful. You know,
Yeah.
and when they hit them, it's gonna hit them like a box of rubbers.
Mm-hmm. God. You can go back to the article,
Okay.
unless you had something.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah, you can. Let me read one thing. I want to get the scripture out. Yeah, man. And then they believe, like I said, man, these Babylonian idiots always waiting for the government to help them out, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I said with Isaiah. Like you said, with Isaiah 30, man.
Yep.
You know, like it's gonna be the detriment, man.
Yep.
And of course, this is Jeremiah 51:8. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her?
Mhm.
Take blame for her pain. If so, she may be healed.
Mhm.
We would have healed Babylon, but she cannot be healed. That's right, man. You know, America's so much $1 trillion in debt. Who knows, man? It's $1 trillion. Like I said, the bubble may burst. And like I said, it's gonna happen, man. That's when they got bringing this new currency, man.
Mhm.
We would have healed Babylon, but she cannot feel healed. Forsake her and let us go to everyone in this country, man. So these 8 nations that made us money, they better go back to their own country, man, before they get consumed. That's what the Lord said. Go back home.
Yep.
You know, like I said, you had your time, but like I said, you believe that you can make more money you can. Like I said, it's gonna be a detriment, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Once society collapse,
Yeah.
all the things you worked hard for all these years, when you, like I said, when you spoiled the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, all that's gonna come to a stop, man.
Yep. Yep.
That's how you know it's over too, wow. Because here it is, this devil saying he's gonna, the article's gonna bring it out, but here it is, this devil's talking about your loans or your debt, at a time when this devil knows he's about to crash everything.
Yeah, that's why he's doing it. Come on now.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Yeah, he's softening up you people so you can be more susceptible
Yeah.
to move along with his next plan. Oh, I did this for you.
Mhm.
Shit, they might throw a couple more stimmies out there,
Yeah.
Because
I wouldn't be surprised. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be
that-
surprised at this point.
That's that gift that destroys the heart.
Mm.
You know.
And all it's gonna do, like I said, I think you might go into that. Hopefully, if all it's gonna do is bring inflation up, man.
It's gonna bring the inflation up even
More, more up,
He
man.
did that.
And people gonna feel the effects, man.
Yep, he did that gas relief plan, throwing mad money into that. Hey, it's been mad legislations Biden's been signing since he's been in office.
This man has
soaking
really
that-
destroyed America ever
Yeah.
since he went in office.
Yeah.
Like he doing his
Man,
job.
Yeah,
He is doing his job, man.
Hey.
Like I said, you just look at the food.
Congress keep giving them the money.
Yeah. Pumping out money, man.
Yeah.
Inflation. Just like in World War II with Germany. That's what they do. Print out money.
Yeah.
Inflation was
That's it,
skyrocketing.
that's it.
And then, like I said, eventually, like I said, it makes sense because war's got to happen, man.
Yeah.
War
War
is
has-
powerful.
yeah.
War is going to, it makes sense, man. That's how
It's-
always war.
It's inevitable. I was talking with somebody in the world just on the current situation of the world, and we was like, "What do you think the only problem can be that can solve this thing?" And him and even in the world is just like war's the only thing that can fix this, or everybody's just gonna continue on in their madness until we have to go back to what war's just inevitable,
Or that so-called Great Reset.
Yeah.
Like
And which will have to take war as well. Yeah.
So that's
So
what happened.
it's inevitable. But just to back in, going to what you
You
brought
got-
out there,
got
because that's the thing. That's what we have here. Esau just he wants to take, until he can't be filled anymore. But this Habakkuk 2. I'm gonna start at 5. It says, "Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home." And you see that, he's all in everybody's in land, setting up embassies and putting everybody in dire straits,
And pockets.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, because he controls the for the most part, he controls the natural resources, so therefore he can do that. He can play around with it. He doesn't own it fully. I mean, of course the elites do, but it's that monopoly game they're playing. who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather into himself all nations, and heapeth unto himself all people. Yeah, and that's so he can. The same thing with Rome. You know, you can get down with Rome. You can grow with Rome, but we're gonna tax the hell out of you. You know, and that's that greed and that vagabond spirit that Esau has. You know, just going around the whole world and just taking. You know, sucking all the nations dry. Verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increases, which is not his, how long? And unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that clay is that abakia, which goes into debt, you know? And that's what Esau does. This fiat currency, it isn't real money, you know? It's a debt-based currency. It used to be backed by the gold standard, you know, but not anymore, you know? So therefore, it's monopoly money. It's thrown up in the air, and it's just a debt system, you know? That's it.
I got a precept off of that. The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, and verse 7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. And that's just the way this devil set it up, to keep you in a perpetual state of debt. Bakia. You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures say money is the root of all evil.
That's right.
You know? And that's just what they found in this place. Evil. You know? Money. Wealth. You know, so a lot of people are about to get faked out over this new talk, you know, that the brothers are about to bring out. You know, and they're gonna actually believe it, because if I'm not mistaken, they had the same talk earlier this year or last year, something like that.
Oh yeah, they've been they always talking about a student relief plan. You know, but Biden's one of the first ones to pass it. They had I wouldn't even call it a
student relief.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call it like a
government law.
Nah, where people go out into the streets, but they're just, instead of protesting, they're thanking them with signs like, "Oh, thank you, Biden," for the college students going out and so these people, hey man, you know how to keep you people desensitized, you know. But let me go to the article. It reads what the program means for you and what comes next. And the article reads, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and the U.S. Department of Education has announced a 3-part plan to help working a middle-class federal student loan borrowers transitions back to regular payments as pandemic-related support expires. This plan includes loan forgiveness of up to $20,000. So that ain't much, because I mean, these college kids, they be paying a lot more than $20,000, man. I mean, I get it'll knock a year off, maybe a year or two, but
not even that, bro. 20 grand with interest compounded annually.
Yeah.
You know, you talking about what the average education at a good school is what, 120,000
something
a year?
Like yep.
And 20,000 of that, you still looking at 5 years.
Yeah.
Out of a 20 or 30,000.
Yeah, you're right. Probably not. It's gonna knock off.
When you actually think about for that height, you think you actually doing something, but it's really, let's say, it feels like you're actually throwing money inside a pit.
Yeah.
For real.
Especially if you ain't.
You might as well just grab that $20,000 yourself. For real. No, I'm serious. Man, you might as well grab that $20,000 yourself.
Do something with it.
Yeah, do something with it.
You know, he ain't gonna just give it to him, though. You gotta do some stipulations. You ain't gonna get it physically in your hand.
Yeah.
But if you call up your school, you know. Continuing on, it says many borrowers and families may be asking themselves, "What do I have to do to claim this relief?" This page is a resource to answer all their questions and more. And I'm gonna jump down. It just gives you how long you had to apply. I'll grab this. The headlines: Biden administration student loan debt relief plan, part 1. final extension of the student loan repayment pause. Due to economic changes created by the pandemic, Biden-Harris administration has extended the student loan payment pause a number of times. That goes going as to what you were saying, how they've been talking about this for a long time, and now they're finally doing this relief. No one with a federally held loan has had to pay a single dollar in loan payments since the President Biden took office, which is true, because I mean we had the pandemic going on and all that in the third, you know. But I'm gonna jump down. Let's try to find some, see if there's anything worth bringing out in it.
You see, that's a really important point in the next paragraph.
What's that about?
You know, like in part 1.
Okay.
To ensure a smooth transition to repayment and prevent unnecessary default, Biden-Harris administration will extend the pause a final time through December 31st, 2022.
Hey, which is heavy, because we about to walk into this
Right.
this digital currency, you know. So along those times, he might tie that in with it, you know. You know, you move into getting this digital currency. That's part of that relief package of getting that CBDC, you know. So hey, man, this devil moving tricky on the students, you know, on middle class families, you know. He moving very subtle, like, you know, as he does, you know.
Like I said, with General Ford, man.
Yeah.
Tell you, General Ford. I'm telling you, man. Government always wants something in return. People don't understand that, man.
I'm your government. I'm here to help.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Government, they daddy, man.
Yep.
And that's how you know that, like I said, these people are submissive, man. They're submissive. They need the government. They need to be ruled over. That's how you know that in the kingdom of heaven, like I said, these other nations, they got to be ruled over, man.
Yep.
They were meant to be servants. They're meant to be servants, man. They don't know how to govern. Like I said, they follow anything that goes to their boat.
Yep.
With no fighting whatsoever, man. That's how you know, like I said, man, they're easy to conquer, man. That's what at least call them goyim, because they're cattle.
Yep.
They don't think for themselves. They don't think logically. They don't think of the other side of what if could happen, man.
Right. You know, a lot of these people only think for the now. You know, but there's a bigger picture, you know, as you know, the brother, you know, was bringing out. You know, these people only think for the day. I got another precept.
Go ahead, bring it out.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, and
that's the spirit. That's what I had too. I was gonna start, you know,
bring it out
at like 8, because
Whoever called it, read it.
This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 8, and it says a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. You know, and which is showing Esau's true colors are being shown, you know, in these times, you know, and his prosperity.
I got Ecclesiastes.
You right. You will, even better.
Yeah.
we'll load up on this devil.
That's right.
Verse 9, it says, in the prosperity of a man's enemy will he be grieved, but in adversity even a friend will depart. Never trust thine enemies, for his iron rusted, so does his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take heed and beware of him. And that's what we're doing. We're taking heed. We're watching this devil moves. We're watching. We're realizing that this beast image that you're putting out has been the same beast image that you've had anytime you came into power. You know, you using the same skill set that you've always used, which even shows us, you know, to this day who our enemy is and who Edom is according to the scriptures. You know, the Heavenly Father has given us the attributes of all these nations. You know, so we can pinpoint who you are to this day.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit more on this side, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has been altogether wiped away. Yeah, so as Esau Edom was since the beginning of time, since the garden, so as he is now. You know, giving you that it's better for your life. You know, but now we know, hey, this everything he's pushing isn't for your detriment. It's for your demise. You know. That's it.
No. You got nothing? If not, you can go back to the article.
Ecclesiastes 12.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Did you see any more key points up there?
Like a lot of people was curious on, who's eligible and who's not eligible and this, that, or the other.
Right.
Going down to question number 2, I'll read it out.
Okay.
How do I know if I'm eligible for debt cancellation? You know, and like.
Why would you need to learn how to be?
I know.
Now, come on, man. Stop
Yeah,
playing
you know?
with he playing with these people. Man.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
You see, but what the brother was bringing out, a lot of people think that this is debt cancellation. The government has never canceled your debt.
Nah, it's never.
They've just deferred it.
It's been paused.
Come on,
Yeah,
now,
right.
dang.
Like,
Listen, man, they could have canceled a lot of people that last say would have been watching it. Man.
Exactly.
Come on, what purpose do you need? That's actually disrespectful, man.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. As it said in the.
They can cancel all that stuff they wanted to. All they got to do is write a legislation down, man. Boom.
Yep.
But like I
It can be
said,
that
but at the same
simple,
time though, like I
They
said,
got to keep the wheels.
these
turning.
colleges, I think they're 501(c), so they in league with the government,
Oh yeah,
man.
for sure.
Because
For
that's how
sure.
they make their money. And I heard that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I heard that. Talking about the major colleges that people go to, the majority ones, they don't get taxed. They get taxes.
They get a huge tax.
Tax.
Yeah.
So the question is why these colleges still up,
The
man.
curriculum that
You
they
know, all
teach
that
you,
dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, it ain't really doing nothing, man.
But indoctrinizing you people more, just to keep you, thinking that this is the pinnacle of life,
Mhm.
And hey, you people think that, but everybody's in mourning. So now you really got to ask yourself: are you living?
Yeah, right. Because all this is a way for them not to have you people pissed off
Basically.
any sooner
Mhm.
than what they want you to be.
Yeah.
They want you people to have like a sense of hope. Oh yeah, the government's gonna help me with my debt and give me a like a loan or like what you call it out, like a stimmy or whatever, because this devil knows that you Jakes are just in the gifts, and if you give you gifts, you forget about everything.
Forget about everything.
I can give you Jakes a cheeseburger right now, and you forget,
Bread and
What's
circuses. Bread and circuses.
That's
Bread and
right,
circuses.
yeah.
That's how you know it's Roman Hogan. Oh, let's be them bread and circuses, man.
Yep.
That's
They're
right.
good to go.
Yeah.
That's right.
It'll hold them off until their next doses of bread and circuses.
Right.
That's all it is, man.
Yep.
This is just a setup plan, because the federal government has not ever told you don't have to pay something back.
No, you're definitely giving them theirs, no matter
Ever.
what.
But like what Amatazar was bringing out, there's a hidden agenda behind this that the people just don't see, that the elect or the hopeful elect or the watchmen are bringing out. So hey,
That's why the Most High said that Esau's wiser than Daniel, man. He's a cunning hunter, man. Like, he knows how to deceive the people.
Yep.
By those miracles are the means of what? They actually had to do it of the beast, man. Revelations,
That's
man.
right. Yep.
What further proof do you need, man? Like I said, this devil can't fool us, anymore, man. He been stopped fooling us. Like I said, he may deceive the people, but he can't deceive us. That's why scripture says, what? If it were possible, he shall deceive the very elect.
Yep.
That was it on that, unless you got one last scripture, unless you want to say something else.
I got the pretty simple.
Go ahead, bring it out.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. Because what the brothers was bringing out earlier, a lot of people can't get jobs in their relevant fields. And also a lot of these stores and a lot of these businesses are just shutting down because either when they can't find the people to do the jobs anymore, because a lot of people went app-based, or a lot of people retired out of these fields, or a lot of people decided to go back to school.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And they go right back to school when they're saying, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go right back
I'm
to
gonna
school.
get my master's and get more debt.
And if you think about it, like I said, man, getting that, I can understand you get an associate's degree. That's fine. That's my opinion. You know, just 2 years.
Yeah, just something to put you over, you know.
You know, a certain amount of knowledge. You
Mhm.
know, like general knowledge, something like
Right.
that. You know,
Right.
I understand that. Or you know, a field that's actually beneficial.
Right.
Like I said,
That's
I mean, like I said, you can go to some college beneficial, but of course you gotta pay that off.
Right.
You know, as long as you get that good, decent job. You know, like I said, engineering or something
Mhm.
like that. You know,
Mhm.
but in most cases, you know, some jobs it's not about what you know, it's about
Who you know?
Who
for
you
real,
know.
For real. For real.
and it's a good thing that you just brought that out, because earlier last week, I should say, Amazon just laid off a whole bunch of people.
Right.
wow, Amazon, $1 billion corporation.
Right.
Yeah, Amazon laid off a whole bunch of people, and also Google. Is it Google?
Yeah.
Mm.
Google laid off a whole bunch of managers. I believe it's Google.
Mm.
One of them big Fortune 500 companies just laid off a whole bunch of management
Mm-hmm.
with degrees.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I'm surprised.
nothing.
Wow, mega company.
So
Wow.
nothing is for certain here.
no, not at all.
You know.
So I'm saying nothing's guaranteed. Like I said, we don't live in an age, and like I said, in those 50s and 60s where you can go
Right.
retirement, where you get those pensions
Yeah.
and all that stuff no more, man. That day's gone, man. Like I said, I mean, people don't even last that much long, man.
Yeah. What's the retirement age now? I think it's up in like the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it used to be a lot younger. You know.
And like I said, even today's time, like I said, Jason Blackwell or the business on YouTube, he said, man, you got to make about 1 million or 1,500,000 for you at an age at certain 65 for you to retire comfortably without even working.
Without working, yeah.
Really?
Cause yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Really?
You still going, even if you retire, you still got your bills, you still got your property tax,
Really? No
you
shit.
still got your things. You
Even
That's
eating.
wild.
Lord
That's
willing,
work,
if we even survive that long.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I retired from one job last year and had to go back to work because of inflation.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
saw it back then.
yeah.
And to me, that's madness. You know what I mean? When you're a certain age, you know what I mean? When you're at a certain age, you shouldn't be working.
You should be working. Yeah.
I'm talking about like maybe like part time. Okay, I can understand.
Right,
I'm talking about, you know what I mean, just to make a little bit of income, maybe to help your family or something like that. But
Mhm.
but at a certain age, you know what I mean, they shouldn't be working. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They should be well taken care of.
Yep.
That's how it was in Israel, man. You know, even the poor, you know what I mean? We're supposed to give them like 10%. Everybody's supposed to give 10%, man. You know what I mean? Even like us, we have mercy, man.
Yep.
But this kingdom, man. Come on, man. It's how you know that's not a place of rest, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We took care of our people. You
Yep.
know, even with our land, you know, like if we had a farm,
That's-
the outskirts of our farm was for the poor to pick,
Right.
you know, whatever it is that they wanted to eat,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
you know, but this wicked kingdom. Anyhow,
Yep.
Man, fuck this place, man.
Yep. Yep.
it sucks.
It's terrible, man.
Yeah.
Reading on. And those that look out of the window shall be darkened. This is the last verse. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding of the bird. Salah. When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
We're just telling you, when the Lord returns, man, this whole society isn't going to be as what you thought it was anymore. You know, all this this illusion of having freedom, of being able to prosper, the Lord's going to show you. You know, that was all false. And then during that time when it's all being brought low, the Lord's going to come back and gather His elect. Because based on how this thing is playing out, it's going to make it get rough. You know. Well, the average person can't see it, but through the Spirit, as we see prophecies, we see us walking into a rough time. You know.
I appreciate it. I'm not sure if you brought this out. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 6.
Yeah, it came out.
It
came out?
Yeah.
Okay, come
Yeah, like I said, man, this country's heading to a downward spiral, man. You know, and people think that these relief programs and all that stuff is gonna help you, man, but it's not, man. All it's gonna do is just put a bandage over it, man. A short bandage that
Right.
can come off in
Right.
like 2 seconds, man.
Right.
You know, like I said, it keeps spreading and spreading and spreading, man, till it affects the whole body. That's what America's gonna be, man.
Yep.
Man, it's gonna affect everybody, man.
Yeah, that long disease that's spoken about, that needs a physician to fix it. You know, there's no band-aid you can put on this place no more. Like you read in Jeremiah, there's no balm for this place anymore. There's no ointment of healing. You know, the physician needs to come cut this place off.
Yeah,
It's coming.
It's coming. That's right. So with that, hopefully Best was edified. This is Greg Melson, Virginia. As always, to give you latest news, articles, and lessons through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And first and foremost, as always, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor due to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakodesh. Say double honor to us, Greg Melson, who will for these of the truth, and of course, peace and blessings and salutations to you, Akamai, that is spreading the truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Sincerely to the best of the ability scattered the four corners of the earth. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Kwame Shalom, Wafla Babo, Shalom.